Republican lawmakers in Louisiana just planned a Texas-style assault on abortion clinics in their state. On Tuesday, David Vitter sent a letter to the state's health department saying a Baton Rouge abortion clinic violated privacy rules, even though the letter doesn't contain any specific allegations as to how they're breaking privacy rules. And the letter asks the department to, quote, impose serious consequences on the clinic if the accusations are proven true. Now, why did they do that? Well, the article in Think Progress goes on to explain, quote, on Wednesday, state lawmakers are scheduled to hear House Bill 388, a bill to crack down on abortion clinics. So do you notice what they did there? You have David Vitter send a letter to the Department of Health, and it says, hey, there's some fucked up stuff going on at this abortion clinic. You might want to look into that. So what happens? The media picks up on it. The State Department releases a statement about it. The news is now out there that, oh, is there something fucked up going on there? I don't know. Now, again, there's no specific allegations. There's no examples of what's going on there, but they're like, yeah, no, shit's just fucked up, man. Totally fucked up. So it's not true. There's no evidence of it, but you throw it out there and you get it, going through a news cycle, and then that preps everybody mentally for the vote on House Bill 388, which cracks down on abortion clinics. And then they'll argue, oh, well, we had to pass it. Did you not see the report that these abortion clinics weren't acting right? Huh. I mean, it would be irresponsible for us not to pass it. It's such a typical and classic Republican trick. You know, when you don't have a majority of the people on your side, when you can't win the argument, the policy debate based on its merits, what do? You cheat. Send out a fake report. Oh, bad stuff's happening. All right, let's vote against it now. It's so sad and it's so gross that this is what they do. So what does House Bill 388 do? Well, it forces the 5 clinics in Louisiana to get hospital admittance privileges, and it will likely lead to most of these clinics being shut down. So let me explain for everybody exactly what's going on here. In not just Louisiana, but a bunch of red states, including Texas recently, just red states around the country, the Republicans are passing what's called targeted restriction of abortion procedure laws. If you spell that out, and they actually admit to this, what are those laws called? Trap laws. They literally call them trap laws. So they pass these trap laws, and those laws purposefully overregulate the abortion clinics and use dirty tricks to force the clinics to shut down. So it's a backdoor way of banning abortion without actually having to write it out in your law books word for word that we are banning abortion. It's a way to do it without having to do that, because you can't do that because that would be unconstitutional. So this is what they do. These are the most common examples of trap laws. They'll make hospitals get, they'll make the abortion clinics get hospital admittance privileges. And that might seem like, oh, what are you talking about? That seems like a regulation that makes sense because you want to make sure that, the people are qualified, so they need to get approval from a hospital. What could be wrong with that? They purposefully make it so that you have to go to religious hospitals that aren't going to give them to you anyway. They're not going to give you permits anyway, so you're fucked. Either that or they'll give you a time span that doesn't match up. So I forget which state it was, but for one of the states they say, oh, you need to get hospital admitting privileges. And then they went and asked for it, and they said, sure, we'll work on it. The process takes 4 months or whatever. And meanwhile, the law that the legislature passed said you got to get it within a month. So I was like, wait, it's not possible. What are you talking about? This is insanity. Again, that's the point. The point is to make it so, you got to shut down, sucks for you. Another thing that they do is they'll walk in there with a tape measure into an abortion clinic. They'll take out the tape measure the height of the ceilings and the width of the walls, and they'll go, that's interesting. It seems like your ceilings are 13 feet high. Well, we have this new regulation that says they need to be 13 and a half feet high. So either you demolish your entire building and rebuild, or you shut down. Have a nice day. And then they have to shut down. And isn't it crazy that this is the same group of people that these Republicans pretend like they love small government? Get the government out of your life and no regulations. Unless it's abortion clinics, in which case we will purposefully regulate them out of existence. Oh, man. It's so terrible. And just to give you a few more examples, other trap laws is they make laws where you have to have fully operational surgery rooms in your abortion clinic, which number one isn't necessary for what they're doing, and number two, it's too costly. I mean, the list goes on of really interesting ways that they found, cute, sleazy ways they found to shut down these abortion clinics. And realize something, all these examples, they can put a fake argument on it easy. Like if you listen to Sean Hannity or Bill O'Reilly, they'll just be, how could you be against having, medical standards at these abortion clinics? How can you be against them acting like operation rooms, surgery rooms? I mean, how terrible are you? You want unregulated abortion. How could you be against getting hospital admittance when they don't tell you the backstory that they're making it like that to try to fuck these places over, to try to fuck over the abortion clinics? And then meanwhile, while all of this is going on, it's unconstitutional. Roe versus Wade is clear. This is definitely infringes upon that because they're really trying to make it to ban even early abortions. It's also undemocratic what they're doing because according to the Gallup historical tracking poll, only 20% of the American people want to ban abortion completely. 26% want it legal in all cases, and the overwhelming majority of people are moderate. 52% want to allow abortion in some cases and not in other cases. That's the camp that I think pretty much all of us fall into. So when you break it down, it's 78% of the American people are pro-choice. 78%. And this is how the Republicans act.